新ロブジラ
Alright, let's do this tag thing real quick. Come over here. Hey, Jesus fucking hell, he's hot! And there we go. On the front of the tag, we are going to have Burning Godzilla peering down and into your soul, asking you, why are you like this, Rob? Burning Godzilla version 2.0, Godzilla 2025. Back of the tag, side of the tag shaped out to Godzilla's dorsal fins. There's the inside of the tag, grabbed by the ghoulies. Xbox OG Run. Good game. Front of the tag, we have a rather lovely image of Destoroyah that looks nothing like this figure. But hey, Destoroyah 2.0, Destoroyah Godzilla 2025. Love the image. It's awesome. Back of the tag, side of the tag will be shaped out to Destoroyah's pointy bits. And the inside of the tag will read as follows. Don't worry, Destoroyah. As far as your size goes, I think you're perfect. Just the way you are. Stifle your breathing, friends. I think this guy looks great, even though he ain't got the burning patches on the shoulder blades. Beat you to it. So right off the bat, I think we can all tell this is not a repaint of Godzilla 1991 because look at that face. Look at that head shape. This thing's about as 1991 as I am a professional figure reviewer. If you ever say that, you're as dumb sounding as a motherfucker who says they're a professional DJ. Did you go to figure reviewing school? You didn't. The eyes are nice and fierce, if a bit wall-eyed. Bro's pupil on this side is just a tad bit askew, but I do have to give Bandai credit. These eyes are freaking lovely. The maroon on orange on black with just a little bit of gloss. These are some of the best burning eyes I've ever seen in my entire life, and that's a fact. Teeth are looking rather toothy. From that side, the front, and this side. Rather nice, no major stragglers. Inside of the mouth, we are going to have this burgundy, gravyish color looking tongue. There will be detail on the roof of the mouth. Not so much going on the bottom, save for the tongue. From this mean burning mug, let's take a look at these dorsal fins, which I absolutely adore. We've got the spare over here, just below his nape neck area, and that is not translucent, but it is painted up to match the translucent ones as best as possible. Bro be looking a little fuddy-duddy, but we ain't looking at him, we looking at all these right here. The black core, the skittering about of certain details, the vibrant orange that's almost red. Yeah, my camera's doing a good job at making these look orange. In hand, they look red. But I guess we'll find out their true colors once we shine some light through them. But yeah, I dig these. I feel like we could have used a little bit more black on them. As you can see, there is some detailing there. Whether it's supposed to be like that or not, I don't know. And these translucent guys and gals, all sorts of pals, will be meeting right at the base of Godzilla's tail, where these final dorsal fins, I don't think those are translucent. No, they're not part of the dorsal fin plug. And again, I think they all look pretty cool. I really wish the whole figure in and of itself was translucent like this with black paint over it. But moving from these Hawaiian heated punch dorsal fins, we are going to go into the tail where it is unpainted. Now, despite popular belief and or personal preferences, Godzilla's tail was indeed white in the film. Here's some pictures. So when you see a burning Godzilla figure with all orange dorsal fins, that's definitely more of a stylistic endeavor than it is something accurate. Now, I'm only bringing accuracy into the mix because there's a bit of a controversy going on here, which you all know. But yeah, I just wanted to communicate that. The only way this thing could have been more accurate is if his shoulders were painted, he had streaks going up to his neck, and his tail was white. But anyway, say what you will, call me a shill, this looks way better than what we got in 2017. As some care, some love, some attention was definitely given to Godzilla and his popcorn titties. Shades of red, orange, yellow, all mixed and strewn about, and that's probably why we didn't get much more paint beyond all of this. I have a feeling this might be hand-painted, at least the yellow. Don't quote me on that because I really don't know, but just looking at the application, it kind of feels that way. I like how the streaks are all reaching up through his titties, through his lower torso, through his crotch. I like how these look, but as per usual, I just wish there was more of them. But hey, moving from this area into the thunderous thighs, this is once again way better than what we got in 2017. I love that they envelop. They are not just a shape from a stencil. Well, they technically might be, but they're not a solid shape, I should say. I dig it. I don't have an issue with the yellow in there, and Yeah, I get it. They're somewhat similar. But look me in the eye and say this Bandai Japan version doesn't look schwanky. Microkini Goji with the shark bites on his thighs. I mean, you know, that was a time. That was a thing. That was a place. But we're here now, and I'm glad we're here now. Make no mistake, still love Playmates Burning Goji. So moving down from the hot Cheeto thighs, we're going to move into the toes, which are going to be rather basically painted. It's not a color we haven't seen before. And then he's going to get the same on his claws. He's going to have those weirdly long arms, too. Okay, maybe not as weirdly long as Millennium Goji, but you know. Now, as far as detail goes, this guy is going to be sporting and repping some Godzilla-based details that we have seen to an extent before, multiple times over. But that does not detract from the fact, bars, I know, I'm a poet, I didn't even know it, that this still looks good. Underside of the rugged details, heck yeah. Moving into the bottoms of his feet, Bandai China, numbers, trademarked and copyright, Toho Company Ltd. Flat. And then we're gonna move up through his smoothened crotch into his burning areas. You might want to take some medication for that. And then moving into his neck and his face. I think this is a lovely new interpretation of that of Burning Godzilla in a major vinyl line from Bandai. Honestly, my only real huge issue is going to be the askew eye, because other than that, I think this guy is quite a lovely Burning Godzilla. Okay, yeah, those are definitely orange. And they do shine something significant. Alright, I was right about those dorsal fins. I was questioning myself for a bit. But, yeah, orange. They catch the light and the light shines through them rather nicely. And now, let's answer some questions, shall we? Is this a repaint of the 1991 Godzilla? No. Head shape, completely different. Neck shape, completely different. Titties, on point. Arms, Burning Godzilla's arms are longer. Thighs, knees, feet, different. Okay, that might be a bit hyperbolic. I don't know how different they are from one another, but they're similar but not the same. And yeah, for the most part, no. This is not a repaint of 1991. He might be a retool of 1991. That would likely just be it. But hey now, wait a minute. Don't I have a 1994? Hey now, you're an all-star. Get your game on. There's some reused parts here. I can definitely see these arms being reused. The legs especially, and more solely, is that a phrase, a word? I would say are reuses from the 1994 mold, just painted up and molded in a different color. The bodies in and of themselves are extremely similar, but are also quite different as well. Bro's got a lot going down over here with the six-pack. Bro's body over here feels and looks a bit shorter, and he's a bit more smoothened out on this general area. Now, 94 and 95 share a lot of similarities because I believe Burning Goji, Desu Goji, was actually just the 94 suit, but reinterpreted? Correct me if I'm wrong. I believe the 1994 head and body were used as a template and was retooled and shifted out a little bit, and it's not exactly the same figure with new paint. I'm sorry, but the faces are so different from one another. But hey, does it really matter? Absolutely fucking not. 2.0 Burning Godzilla is going to be standing slightly over 6 inches tall. Shokugan, out-of-date modern-day movie. Out-of-date modern movie part 2. Modern movie. OG movie. OG movie, which I believe happened in the Toho Kaiju series first, I think. Bandai America. Bandai America Fusion. The greatest vinyl Destoroyah figure to ever exist. Bandai America. Playmates, Playmates 2, Limited Movie Monster Series, The Godzilla Collection, The Godzilla Collection 2, an assortment of related figures, HG, finger puppets. Your jaws are about to be on the floor because the arms can move back and forth, the legs can move all the way around, nothing at the tail, nothing at the head. Beautiful, fantastic, exactly what I expected. Destoroyah? Alright, fam. I got a bit of a hot take for all y'all. I kinda like this figure. I hate the lack there of paint, though. I'm sorry, fam, but this is just a beautiful mold for that of Destoroyah. The face is right. There are so many teeth on this thing's face. It's actually kind of crazy that they were all properly painted. Except now, wait a minute there, Rob. What's going on here? No, those are painted. Those on the front might not be proper, but for the most part, discernible paints, I mean, they are really fucking tiny. Look at that. Pinky. Yeah, I absolutely love the detailing on this thing. It's an eye fucker's greatest dream in the world. I just wish the paint. I understand what they were trying to do here with the black paint. They were trying to give him that shady look, but Bandai's done shading kind of like this a lot better in the past. In fact, they do it better on the wings right here. I don't think these needed to be so heavy-handedly done. And the same goes for the top of Destoroyah's head where it goes pattern-esque. But still, these details, damn it. The tusks on the side of Destoroyah's face are going to be rather heavy-handed. They won't be painted on both sides, and this side looks like it got a little bit too much. Yeah, paint will not be this thing's strong suit. Now, when it comes to the horn, I think it definitely looks better in hand, even though it's, warped. I don't know, the idea just comes off a bit better. Yeah, I still do wish that it was fully painted like other Movie Monster Series Destoroyahs. Like 2017, for example. Wow, that is a small horn. I wasn't even expecting that, goddamn. Anyway, yeah, I think I get where they were coming from. They were going for a more solid look at the base with a more translucent and powerful look at the tip. Whether it translates, I guess it really does depend on the person. I'm not at all bothered by it like I thought it would be, and do I not have a scuff on my horn? Oh, I've got a tiny one. I'm counting it as a win. Screw it. Anyway, moving down from this ghoulish face to Destoroyah's chesticle anal gland. I mean, there's a lot of detail going on here, but bro's got the spotlight. Those army soldiers are definitely extra horny and down bad because they got the spotlight on Destoroyah's butthole. But the detailing all along here is friggin' fantastic. Jesus, tap dancing Christmas. How did they do that? No, seriously, I want some answers. How did they manage to make this look so friggin' good? Is this a 3D scan? Did somebody work on the movie sculpt this thing? I need answers. I need them now, and if you got them, let me know. Now, I think more than likely this is a scan. Is his body broken up into two pieces? Is that a glue seam? Holy God. Oh yeah, look at the viscosity of that guy. That makes sense. Anyway, but I really do have to give it to Bandai in terms of the sculpt on this thing. It is magnificent, and I just so drastically want to see this thing with a paint job that looks like they tried. Again, what's going on here? There are two jokes I can make right now that I am not going to because I respect your tooth enamel. But yeah, the black feels exceptionally misplaced. I don't think we needed that there at all. The legs are gonna look fantastic. No short way about it. They're gonna look great. The spikes on the kneecaps and on the feet are also going to look great. They are nice white with the hue of yellow in there, very eggnoggish. And again, I think they look simply fantastic. Utterly beautiful. Duke claws will not be painted, but all of the detail on here is something praiseworthy. Speaking of praiseworthy, though, it took Bandai 30 years to have Destoroyah's smaller wings actually leaving the mold and not hyperfused to it. I love this. If you're not gonna make them articulated, at least make them prominent. Anything to be not like this hypoallergenic, why are you doing the no, I do very much appreciate this. This is great. This is awesome. They are indeed noticeable from the front at certain angles. I dig that. I like that. This is likely the closest we're going to get to articulated vinyl toy Destoroyah mini wings like the Bandai America had. Look at all that detail. Yeah, I'm going to cover the back of the figure for the rest of this because, I mean, there's really not too much going on save for detailing. And again, this looks great. The details overall, they actually don't look like crustacean legs anymore. They kind of look like chicken wings. And the deep and provocative friggin' details going on here, man. Nuts. The spikes moving through Destoroyah's back onto its tail, which won't be glue sealed. Moving into the tip of the tail, I mean, more fantastic detailing on display. I cannot be upset. And it will be like that on the bottom side of the tail, moving into the trademark and copyright Toho Company Ltd. Bandai China numbers, a little bit more numbers. And now we're looking at the bottom of Destoroyah's feet. There you go. And other than that, friends, neighbors, did I talk about the claws up here? I don't think I did. Both of mine are scuffed, but I like the paint. I like the detailing surrounding them. That's a bit of a bummer. I have a decent horn, so that goes on. Oh yeah, wings. With the wings, we're going to see a fair amount of shading over here. The paint for the membrane is going to differ from the overall frame of the wings. It's just the little chicken strips over here. They're going to be painted just like the wings. So there isn't going to be that keen separation that even the 2017 version had. This is very much one of those figures where you take the good, you take the bad, you take the rest, and there you have a 2.0 Destroyer. I really dig the wings. I think they look awesome. I guess it's just the figure overall, it's definitely not going to be winning many people over. And between that and the difference of size between Destoroyah and Godzilla, I can definitely see 2.0 Destoroyah being quite the shelf warmer. At least here in the States. I don't know how they feel about it in Japan, but to say that this is an all bad figure because of crappy paint and a friggin' size difference, which has been present in nearly every single Bandai Japan vinyl figure line since 1995. Yeah, even 30 years ago, Bandai was unrightfully sizing Destoroyah down. I have heard talks that the Godzilla Island Monster series Destoroyah, which would be reissued through the Toho Kaiju series and the movie Monster series, is a bit more on par with what people want, but I can't find a proper comparison. Now hold on, don't think I forgot the classics. I got them right here in my hands. Yeah, Bandai America probably got it the closest we've ever been. Destoroyah mostly towers over that of Godzilla, even if its head is reared back looking like it's about to sneeze. It's something that happened, and it had articulated mini wings on there. Oh boy, I can't wait for the Bandai America arc. Oh, it's gonna be fun. And it's not just Bandai. Playmates was like that too. Look at it. Godzilla's taller. You see? It's a thing that's kind of been in practice for years now. And I understand a lot of people are saying 2.0 means they could have finally changed that. Why didn't they? That I do not have the answer for. Maybe they feel that Godzilla's more of a draw than his enemy Kaiju and they just make him bigger because they know for a fact that he's going to sell? I don't know. I have no idea. All I am saying is, fam, never get your hopes up for in-scale figures in the movie Monster series. For now. 2.0 Destoroyah will be standing over 5 inches tall at the very tip of its head. But if you go by the wing placement, yeah, it'll be standing really, really tall. But that's not what people wanted. Jokugan. Out-of-date modern movie. Out-of-date modern movie part 2. Modern movie. OG movie. OG movie whose origin I can't remember. Bandai America. Bandai America Fusion. The greatest vinyl Destoroyah figure to ever exist. Bandai America. Playmates. Playmates 2. The Godzilla Collection. The Godzilla Collection 2. Limited movie monster series. An assortment of related figures. HG. Finger puppets. Nothing at the head, nothing at the arms, nothing at the glue-sealed torso. Don't recommend breaking that one. This guy is thin vinyl. Very squishy. You cut that off, you're gonna have Destoroyah in 2 parts. Legs will be able to swivel all the way around both sides. Yes. And then, as I mentioned before, the tail will not be glue sealed, so you can swivel it all the way around. And then you can fold the wings up so you can save some room on your Godzilla shelf, Bandai vinyl shelf, whatever you're doing. Either way, there's still going to be some stuff that juts out for Destoroyah. Am I upset with these releases? As far as Godzilla goes, no, not really. I do very much enjoy what they did, and I'm really hoping for a Godzilla store exclusive that just has more paint on it. That's all you really have to do. Oh wait, hear me out, fam, hear me out, hear me out, hear me out. Let's take this guy, all translucent deep orange, and do what they did back in the day with this burning Godzilla figure. I say leave the inside of his mouth translucent, boom. I think we would have a killer Godzilla store exclusive there. Or, you know, just paint his shoulders and his tail, call it Heavy Paint Applications Anniversary 30th Celebration version, and you're good. I have my issues with Destoroyah. It's not so much the size, it's the paint delivery. I already said my piece on that of Burning Godzilla. Yeah, I'm not going to mince words with you. Compared to Miregoji and Kiryu, these two definitely feel rather lesser. And I'm really hoping that Bandai can pull out their best for Mecha King Ghidorah 2.0, because that's apparently our next 2.0. This was a long friggin' video. You've been listening to my opinion for probably 25 minutes, so lay it on me. How do you feel about these figures? Will you be picking them up? Were you swayed to the side of the Rob with at least Burning Godzilla? Or were you further pushed away to the side of, I'm gonna save my money for something better? Either or, I want to hear it. Let me know. Social media, ShinRobJira. You, watch this video. Thanks a bunch. And when next we meet, I'm not going to put a release date on it because this is going to take me a bit. Transformers X Godzilla. The first time in 40 years of the two existing together. It's happened. And I actually kind of